And let me tell y'all, man, I was actually about to, kick it with my wife until, oh Lord, here we go. I'm looking at who just popped up in the chat, man. Shout out to BHB South, man. I know who that is. So, you know, um, like I said, if you haven't, make YouTube channel. We are 6 away from actually 8, my bad. We are 8 away from that good old 600. We gradually getting there. We got my boy Bacon in the building. And y'all, man, let me say a lot of people have been hitting up my phone because they know where I'm riding. They know what we're looking at. They know my horse is the Drake horse, and that's where we rolling, and that's where we are in this battle, man. That's where we at. We team Drake, and we riding on it. Pause. No Diddy. You know what I'm saying? We standing on business, and Drake's our guy in terms of, you know, who's gonna win, who's gonna be the best, who's gonna come out of this battle solidified, holding the crown as that guy in this, yeah, I had to no Diddy on that real quick. You know what I'm saying? Not that, no. But yeah, that's great. Riding on it is crazy. Yeah. All right. Anyways, we're not gonna linger on that. But yeah, man. We got my guy Murder BX in the building. Like I said, man, if you're watching this on IG, then make sure you go to the YouTube and you subscribe to your boy over at the Curtis York. It's the same name on all platforms. I try to keep it as simple as possible. But man, we talking about this Drake and Kendrick thing, man, because as of 9:14, Kendrick dropped a new song about 30 to 45 minutes ago, and he went with DJ Mustard. It has that West Coast bop to it, with the rhyming off beat and the whole West Coast vibe. We got my murder. What up, man? It's always a pleasure to see you, my guy, man. We we people are acting like my guy Drake is on the ground. If this was a boxing match, what I'm hearing in the streets is that Drake is on the ground right now and Kendrick blow. You know, I don't see it. I don't think that that was a knockdown punch. I think that here's what I think. Here's my train of thought. Here's what I'm looking at, and here's how I see. Here's how I'm surveying and assessing the situation. So right now, it looks like Drake has to drop. You know what I'm saying? Drake planted that information and he got Kendrick on his heels. Oh, you thought I had a daughter, bro? I don't have no daughter. Like that's fake news that we gave you. We planted it. You know what I'm saying? And we're trying to make you look crazy. You took the bait and you ran with it, and now you look stupid. And so what I see Kendrick doing right now is, what I'm saying, you might have exposed me for being a wife beater. My son might not be mine, all of that. You might have me on that. That may be true. But I'm gonna keep dropping so much music and I'm gonna keep coming and I'm gonna keep, drowning out the noise that you're not even going it's not even gonna matter. By the time people realize that everything that you said was true, you're not gonna it ain't gonna matter. And so, a lot of people, let me see, my guy Bacon said he is. My guy Jamil, my bad. My guy Jay said that he is. My guy Bacon said Drake needs to drop something right now, to be honest. Dog. And this is a conversation that I had earlier, man. If you think Drake has been rushing this guy all this time and been saying drop all the information that you got, whatever you got, let's go. If you think Drake doesn't have at least 3 or 4 more songs in the tuck, just ready to go, then I don't know what to tell y'all, bro. You got to remember, this nigga's house has a studio in it. You know what I'm saying? He has a studio. It's not like he's on tour no more. It's not like, he's out of the country or anything like that. He's home. So he has time, bro, to just go sit in the studio and sheesh, I don't know. It's getting way too personal, and that's how people die. I agree. It is getting direction, especially with, the latest thing that Kendrick's on where he's saying that, Drake is running around with a bunch of sex offenders on his payroll, which, I mean that it that's crazy. I can't that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. But, you know, it is going left. And I think that at some point, here's the outcome that I see, man. I don't think that it's ever gonna get to a point where people are gonna start killing or anything like that. I just don't see that. Like, not this situation. I don't see it. But what I do think is probably gonna happen is we're probably gonna get a situation where these two boys are dropping back to back to back to back to back. And it's just gonna be you drop a song, I'm gonna drop a song, and then you drop a song, and I'm gonna drop a song. And then it's just gonna be that until I don't know, until one of them just says, you know what? I don't have no more songs. I can't do it. And then I think that's how we're gonna figure out who the true winner is in this. Y'all might not know what chicken is. Chicken is when you have a car on one side, you have a car on the other side. Normally there's one driving lane and there's the other driving lane, and they never cross each other. They're just two different lanes. One's going, one's coming. When you play chicken, one car is in the lane that it's not supposed to be in. And so you have both of the cars facing each other and they're going. You know what I'm saying? And whoever turns off first loses. It's the height of stupidity. Like everything about playing the game chicken is dumb. But, the male ego, dog, sometimes we can just get so hyped up off testosterone and we get to a point where it's just like, you know what? We going for it. And that's just a part of being a man. That's just, men don't really go out and we don't have wars like the way that we used to, or, it's not like we gotta go out and we gotta hunt deer or not deer, but we have to hunt bears and actual predators. So as men, we have to find ways to relieve our testosterone because every man wants to be the best. And this looks like one of those situations where you have two men. It doesn't look like this is what it is. You have two men that are literally saying, I'm the best. You can't be the best as long as I'm here. The only way you can be the best is if I'm not here anymore. And you know what I'm saying? That's what we're getting. So I think it's gonna bow down to whoever quits first. Let me see. My guy Murder said, honestly, that can be overlooked without proof. But when you start bringing family into it, nah, bruh. Yeah, man. The family thing is crazy. Um, It is. And again, that goes back into the conversation that we're having about men and how far a man is willing to go in order to prove that he's the best. Like we're really getting into a level which, honestly, I hate to bring up his name because I feel like he's the punching bag right now. But, you know, J. Cole had a understanding of where the situation was going. And he decided that he wanted no parts of it whatsoever. And looking back now, it's respectable because it's like, you wanted it, but you didn't want it that bad where you would go to that. And that's cool. It's like, everybody has their limits, everybody has their points where it's like, I'm gonna get out the car, I'm gonna get off the boat, I'm stopping here. This is the end of my journey. These two right here though, they're willing to go all the way. And whatever that means, whatever comes with it, nobody's safe, nobody's off limits. And I think, at this point, Drake learned his lesson from the Pusha T situation where he slowed down and he paused and people looked at him differently for it. And so he said, never again. And I think that's the effects of what we're seeing. So a lot of people, you can't be mad at Drake for, deciding that he's not gonna stop. Because the last time when Drake said, I'm gonna be the bigger person and I'm gonna chill and I'm not gonna talk about families, I'm not gonna do this and I'm not gonna do that. a lot of people ridiculed him for it. You know what I'm saying? And granted, he started it because he shouldn't have been talking about the man's wife, you know. But he realized that at that time where he was in life, he wasn't ready to go there. And so now it's like, bro, you got to go there or get out the way. And Drake doesn't seem to be the type of person that makes the same exact mistake twice. So I don't see it, playing out the way that it did last time. I think this one is really going to go the distance. I personally don't think that anybody's going to die. We got my guy Cool Pop in the building over on Cool Pop. We got my guy Cool Pop over in the building on IG. Shout out to Cool Pop, man. But I definitely see this one going all the way in terms of, putting it all on the line in order to determine who's going to be the best rapper and who's willing to go all the way. I don't really see it. Again, I don't really see it getting to a point where somebody's gonna get killed or anything like that, only because, a lot of the people that would probably take it there, what I'm saying, they're not on that type of time. They're the ones that are like, we're not gonna let it escalate or we're not gonna let it go that far. So I don't see that happening. But then again, you never really see it happening until it happens. So, you know, it's definitely something to be mindful of and to keep in mind, but I don't see it, dog. I think it's it's the culture. Mm, my bad. I had to sip on a little bit of water. And I'm telling y'all, man, it's so crazy because like I said, I was just chilling. Like we was about to get ready to just watch the Cat Williams joint, which I'm probably still gonna sign off at 10. We got my guy BDB GP in the building. I actually need to catch up on some of your content, man. I'm running behind, man. Together some good battles and some good situations. We just talking about hip hop right now, man. I'm feeling good. I'm living good. You know what I'm saying? I actually want your opinion on this. A real hip hop head. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about this Drake and Kendrick situation, Brad? I mean, it's something that we've never seen anything like this before in our lives. Like personally, I know in my lifetime, I've never seen anything like this. And I can think of a lot of battles. I remember, what I'm saying, the Rockefeller thing and mm, exactly. You never see it happen until it happens. Then suddenly it's like, no, wow, RIP. Yeah, man. I mean, that's facts, dog. That's facts. It could go there, bruh. Like, it's possible, and, you never see it happen until it happens. It doesn't go there until it's there, and then it's like, "Man, how did we not see it?" So, yeah, man. I mean, so are you saying that the family is where the line should be drawn, and that's where it should have stopped? Or do you think that anything is fair game in a battle? Because I mean, there's been plenty of battles where it's been left. Like I remember the 50 Cent era, dog. I remember the locks. I remember, what I'm saying, the Rockefeller years when they were going at Nas, and ultimately nobody really got hurt. Nobody died, and then everybody became friends later on, and they all laughed at it and made up. So I don't know, man. Mm, I know. My guy BD said, "All good. Enjoy the replays." Yeah, man. Yeah, bruh. Let me see. And I'm looking at Twitter, and obviously everyone in Twitter is just up in a rage. I mean, I think that murder definitely brought some really good points, and that is something that we want to look at and keep into account. We definitely don't want things to go down that road to where we lose people that we love. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, fam, I love it. It's good for the culture. It's making hip hop entertaining again. As long as it doesn't resort to violence, rock out. Yeah, man, that's facts, man. I mean, we got to figure out how, at some point it doesn't get there, and you know, because it's uncharted territory. Mm, I don't know how that works out, bruh. Like, again, I don't see it. I don't think that we're gonna get there to where somebody dies, bruh. I think that at that level, you know what I'm saying? Because then what you also got to remember is there's a lot of money invested in both of these people. Because at the end of the day, these people to these record labels, and I hate to go down this rabbit hole, but we got to, at the end of the day, both of these people are assets to a lot of people. There's a lot of people that make money off of both of them. So to think that, somebody would slip up and let it escalate to that point, I don't see it, bro. Cause it's like, man, not only does Drake employ a lot of people, like for Jake to move around, you know what I'm saying? He has a presidential level detail. You know what I'm saying? So you got that on one hand. These people get paid, bruh, for the purpose of protecting them, and then also from a business standpoint, you know, there's a lot of things that could let me see. These guys are smart because they're keeping it on wax and not letting blood get spilled. Exactly, man. So I don't I don't think that that happens, bruh. So, you know, I'm not going to say that it's impossible because stranger things have happened. I'm just going to say that I don't think that it goes there. So, with that being said, it's definitely bringing a new energy to hip hop, and it's putting a lot of, you know, lyrics because Kendrick is rapping and Drake is rapping. Like, I don't think I've seen Drake rap at this level in a very long time. Comical shit and disrespectful shit is okay, but when it gets deep into the bloodline, especially with the kids, that's when bad things happen. Yeah, that's true, but you got to remember, man. And Murdy, you from New York. Hove said he left condoms in Nas's baby seat, bruh. Like, like I don't think that anybody has said anything as disrespectful as that. Drake was like, that kid might not be yours, but honestly, Drake don't know that for sure. I don't think. So again, I don't think I think the craziest thing, it did get disrespectful. Like I'm not gonna sit here and act like, these boys are really being saints out here, but you know, I've heard worse. But you never know what somebody's breaking point is or the tipping point that breaks the scale. But, you know, I just don't think that I don't see it, bruh. And it's so crazy, bruh. Like, hmm, I see Kendrick is just dropping songs. You look 4 days ago, one song, 20 hours ago, one song, 24 minutes ago, another song. It's just like slow and consistent and methodical. So, hmm, not dropping these songs. So I'm looking at the Twitter street. Mhm, mm. Guess what I'm saying is all it takes is for the wrong person to take it the wrong way. Things go south real fast. Not saying Drake or Kendrick going to do it. For sure. And I'm not taking away anything that you're saying, but because you're coming from a very, very, very mature standpoint. And I like how you're holding the line and you're standing on it. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I see a lot of people that are looking at it and they're taking that position. And I think that that's fair. It is something to be mindful of and it is something to pay attention to because it is something that is possibly, a reality. So it's not something that we should sideswipe or, you know, dismiss because it is possible. But even within that, I think that there is still a way that we could appreciate what we're witnessing right now and understand in that respect that hey, like, this can really go this is really people going for it. Like there I think it's about legacy too. At this point, we have to figure out because, at what point do we figure out who is that once in a lifetime rapper of the generation that people can look and point and say in that era it was him? And I think that that is a question that is going to have to be answered. And I think at this point, there is no way to answer it other than, them battling it out. And, I don't see, again, I'm not saying it's impossible because it's definitely possible. I just really hope that we are able to keep it on, what I'm saying, figuring out who's the best. As long as everybody keeps their eyes on that and, even the people in these teams and in these crews, because that is a very valid point. It might not be, Drake or Kendrick. It never is Drake or Kendrick. It's always that one homie or that one person that goes too far to try to get a name or a rank or something like that. But you know, we really want to keep it focused on the music and we want them to relax and enjoy it and not go outside of that. And honestly, I think the biggest thing, the way that it's looking right now, bruh, is I think that the people are gonna get tired of it too. Cause I'm looking at Twitter right now and what I'm seeing is a lot of people are saying, you know, all right, it's going a little too much now. So I think it's gonna come to an end soon. Like I don't think that this drags out past this weekend. Honestly, I don't see this going on. I don't see this going on much longer, and I could be wrong, but you know, a lot of stuff was said. Like the way that this is happening right now, there's a lot of stuff that can't even be really comprehended or understood because it's happening so fast in real time. And that is where we are in this social media era too, where it's like, theoretically another song could drop in 5 or 10 minutes because you got everything that you need to make a song. You got the equipment, you got these people have studios in their places of residence. So, bruh, this could go. But I don't see it going too much longer. I think that this is gonna come to a close soon, and it's gonna end, and we're gonna know who that person is. Hmm. Uh-oh. What up, bro? Do you believe K Dot fake pro black and uses that as a narrative? Um, that's a really good question. Hmm. Do I think Dag, Matt put me on the spot. Do you believe K Dot fake pro black and uses that as a narrative? Um, that I wouldn't say that he's fake pro black. I think that, I don't think that Kendrick is, you know, Fred Hampton, or I don't think that Kendrick is a Chuck D or, somebody that is really, really, really of that level of ilk because, you know, Kendrick Kendrick has told us numerous times that, hey, I'm not your savior, and if you look, Kendrick only really comes around, to if it's a situation where, there's money involved. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. You got to take care of your family. But I don't think that, Kendrick is, if Kendrick was very, very, very pro black, I don't think that Kendrick will be as accepted. And the reason I say that is because, you know, Kendrick is safe, and like when you're pro black, there's no way that you could be that safe. Pro black is a certain to be pro black dog, you have to be willing to, Kendrick said something when he would drop the other song. He was like, you don't code switch. When he was talking to Adonis in the Meet the Gram song. It was, Adonis, you don't code switch. You be black, whether it's in your favor or not. And on that, in terms of Kendrick, I gotta call Cap because it's like, bruh, you know, if you're that level of pro black and that's the type of time you on, like what how does that fit into you doing songs with Taylor Swift and Maroon 5 or, you know, like where does that how does that line up? I'm not saying that it doesn't line up. I'm just curious how that lines up and how that fits with, the narrative that you've created. Just trying to figure that out. Like that's because you could even say Drake wasn't really chasing hits like that. Drake ain't doing songs with Taylor Swift or Maroon 5 or, you know, it looks disingenuous because I don't know, it's weird, bruh. Like Drake is very particular about who he works with and the type of songs that he does. And then, I would say Kendrick, and I think a lot of people might not like this, but I think Kendrick low key reminds me a lot of Jay-Z in terms of how he moves from a business standpoint. Because, looking at Jay-Z later in his career, he was kind of doing the pro black thing, you know, but Jay-Z got albums with Linkin Park and Jay-Z got albums with, he got a song with Lenny doing anything with anybody. He got songs with Daft Punk, like, and it's just totally away from what you would think of when you think about Jay-Z. He has that one random techno pop song. What was it like Hood? I don't know, but there's a techno Jay-Z song that's not the Linkin Park Jay-Z song, and it's like, that's weird. Like, why is Jay-Z doing that? I love the sport of hip hop, and you can have that battle and speak crazy without going there. Just wish they keep it abstract to each other and at least leave the kids out of it. Yeah, yeah, bruh. I mean, I'm never, never, ever, ever. I think that that's very fair and that's an accurate criticism. But then that becomes, if you look at hip hop, that's, you know, again, bringing up Jay Z again. He told Nas he left condoms in his baby seat. Cam, I think Nas' mother had cancer, if I'm not mistaken, and Cam was dissing her. Like, so I've seen a lot of flagrant things happen, and you know, Nas and Cameron are I think everybody understands. And honestly, not to take it there, but I think that, even with the Pusha T situation, if you go back, like in hip hop, there's always been that element where, nothing's off limits in terms of a battle, and that's why, again, going back to the Drake thing, that's why Drake caught a lot of flack last time because it was like, I'm not willing to just say and do anything. And when Drake said, I'm gonna do that, you know, everybody criticized him for it and they said he took an L. I mean, even more recently, you look at J. Cole. He said he didn't want no parts of what's going on right now with Kendrick and Drake, and everybody laughed him out of the room. And J. Cole was right for getting out of the way because that wasn't for him. So I think to say that we're gonna have a battle and certain things are off limits, I think that that's just an unrealistic expectation just based off of the rules that were set when hip hop was created. And I think that anybody that decides that they want to get into a battle understands that that is part of the process. And I that you know these people are professional enough to not go there. You look at the big situation, the big and Tupac situation. There was a lot of street stuff that was involved in that that was just totally different. You know, I don't think that this situation. Now, granted, both of them have alleged street people around them, but I don't think that neither of these people are there to where it's gonna get to that where, that was a whole lot of other stuff that was just building up over time, and the industry was totally different because you had a lot of street people that were invested in that situation that were so much different. And also what you gotta remember is there's a lot of stuff that people knew that they just allowed to happen because, it just created a better story rather than, saying, "Hey, that's it." And I think if it gets to that point, somebody will stop or, somebody it that was one of those situations where it's like, we lost two people that I don't think it goes left. I just don't. I don't think that this is that case. Again, I don't think it's impossible. It's very well possible, but I just think that, that was a lesson that people don't have to learn twice in terms of that. Cause I mean, people say way crazier stuff in battle raps and, people know like when I step out there, it's possible. Mm, hmm. Checking Twitter right now, see what's going on, man. It's crazy out there in these Twitter streets. People are really people are really, really, really let me see. Academics right now is blowing up, man. DJ Academic. I think the real winner of this beef is DJ Academics, bro. Like his channel, I bet his money looks so crazy right now for the his metrics probably look crazy because they sending them songs. But yeah, let me make some predictions real quick because I'm about to watch this Cat Williams thing with my wife. And I got to because I ain't going to end up in the doghouse. I may come back after once we see it, but I definitely gotta go, watch this Cat Williams thing. But I think Drake is dropping, and I think Drake is probably gonna drop again tonight. And the reason I say that, and I think Drake is gonna go to ATL Jacob for a beat. Definitely. I think Drake is gonna get somebody to send him a beat, something that people aren't expecting. I think he has one in the chamber already. A lot of people are saying that Drake wasn't prepared. I don't believe that. I think again, mhm, how long before Minister Farrakhan gets in the middle? Well, Minister Farrakhan already met with Kendrick. So recently, I saw the picture of that floating around. Um, let's see. I don't think Minister Farrakhan steps in on this one. Again, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being naive, bro. But I really don't see that happening in this situation. Like, I been into an out with two men at Fort Lauderdale International Airport in Florida. Man, I hope Jim Jones is all right. Man, dang. Yeah, I don't think Minister Farrakhan is stepping in on this one. I don't see that. Um, but yeah, I think Drake responds either tonight or tomorrow. I don't think we wait long to get a Drake response. I don't see that. I'm pretty sure it's coming pretty soon. Um, I just posted it in the chat. I'm gonna check it out. You posted in the chat. What, Drake drop? Oh Lord. Oh no. Drake done dropped already? Gram live. Oh Lord, the boy Drake done dropped, man. No. Oh, the Jim Jones fight. Let me see. Yeah, that's crazy. Man. But yeah, I say Drake drops within the next 24 to 48 hours. Um, I think he's probably gonna have a rollout for it for sure. Um, it's definitely gonna be interesting. Kendrick said he has 10 songs in the chamber. Mm. So we'll see. Anyways, y'all, I'm about to go get ready, kick it with the wife. Depending on what we have going on, I might come back after this Cat Williams thing, but I'm definitely gonna check that out and see. But I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. I'll be back. Let me go get ready to kick it with wifey. Mm.